I'm vlogging. It's boring. I'm Colleen. That's you, Mommy.
Hi, it's Tortilla Talk Tuesday. I'm not gonna edit this video very much. As we all know, I'm gonna answer your questions, but before I do that, I have to do something much more important. I'm gonna eat Tim Tams. I'm so excited! I don't know if these are just like available anywhere in the US now, but this is something that I learned about in Australia. It's an Australian cookie. They are so good. And I feel like I remember the trick to Tim Tams was like you bite a little bit off of one corner and a little bit off of another corner. And use it like a straw to drink. Was it hot chocolate or chocolate milk or regular milk? I'll have to look that up, hold on. The Tim Tam Slam. It's called a Tim Tam Slam. You bite a little bit off of each corner and then it says you eat a hot beverage through it. So I guess you could do coffee or whatever. I think I did hot chocolate when I did it. I don't remember, but we're not doing the Tim Tam Slam today. We're just eating a regular old cookie. And Flynn, you've never had one of these before. I love Tim Tams. Do you like it?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Delicious.
Delition. Oh, I love that. Delition. Delition. We're trying out a new little sandwich shop and it looks pretty good and we never leave our house. Oh, a used bookstore. This is exciting. How cute. Okay, this store is so cute. I love the aesthetic of an old bookstore, but I think I'm allergic to books. The second I walked in, I just started sneezing like crazy. Oh my God, now my eyes are burning. I was allergic to the bookshop, but I was not allergic to the sandwich shop. It was so cute, had such a fun aesthetic and vibe. Here is the first sandwich we tried. We got a couple. It was a turkey sub thing and it was amazing. Flynn's enjoying a lollipop. They give you lollipops with your sandwich, which is exciting. The second sandwich we got was some sort of a tri-tip sandwich that we dip in an au jus. And as you can see, Flynn wants nothing to do with his au jus sauce. He's pushing it away from himself in disgust. This one was super good too. The sandwiches at this place were amazing. A+, it was delicious. Flynn said he wanted to go to the beach and do some fishing. So now we're fishing at the beach apparently. Beautiful, beautiful day. The boys are picking out bait in the bait shop. Boys are fishing and I've got my camera set up. This is not a live animal. Oh, but that is. What was that? This tentacle-y moment is squid bait. And so I'm just waiting to see if anything comes and tries to eat it on camera. There's a little flounder fish type of thing. What's that called again? Those little like halibut kind of?
Sandab or halibut.
Sandab, halibut kind of fish thing. Look at this, is some sort of weird tube coral. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's very bizarre looking. What did you catch? What did you catch? What did you catch? What did you catch? It got pretty windy, so now I'm just going to do a voiceover. We caught a tiny little crab here. Flynn's saying that this is a Dungeness crab. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what Flynn said. So I believe him. And then Flynn caught a tiny little decorator crab. So cute. And then we caught a huge Pacific rock crab. And that was pretty much all we caught today, except for these lizard fish, I think is what they're called. Very cute. Of course, we just looked at them for a minute and then we put everything back in the ocean and it was fun. New outfit, new me. It's time to set up to podcast with Eric. So we're podcasting in here. It's hot these days and we can't be podcasting in another room because there's no air conditioning in that room. So it gets like to be a little bit of a sauna. So we're podcasting in here. So I'm going to set it up.
Doodly-dee. Pretty please stop stepping on me.
All right, you want to know one of my biggest flaws? I have no chill. I'm currently doing something I should definitely not be doing, but I was like, you know what? We podcast in this room so often now because it's so hot. Maybe I should start thinking about changing things up in here so that we can make it more relaxy as opposed to, you know, we have the sass background. So what am I doing? I'm making a sign to cover up the sass sign that says relax on it. So I cut out this piece and then I colored in the letters of relax. I'm cutting them out right now and I'm going to glue them to this to put this on top of the sass sign whenever we film relax in here. This is not what I should be doing. I have so much to do before we record the Relax podcast. And instead I'm cutting out letters and this is not important. It's not something people probably will even notice. If they do notice, they'll just be like, huh. I don't think people are going to be bothered by the fact that it still says sass in the background. I don't think people will care that much if it finally says relax. This is a complete waste of my time, but here we are. This happens to me daily. I will need to do 1,000 things and then get distracted by something that maybe needs to be done, but not really. And that's the thing that my brain goes, yes, I have to do that before I do anything else. So what's that disease called? Because I have it. And there you have it, a relax sign that is completely unnecessary and a total waste of my time. But there you have it. All right, time to record the podcast. Hello, my friends. It's time for Tortilla Talk. It's time for me to answer your burning questions. And I'm going to really try my best to not edit this, like hardly at all. Usually I would edit out all of the breaths I take like that. Like right now, I already am panicking knowing that I'm not going to edit that, like pause. Like any breaths that I take, sniffs, I cut. I'm going to see if I can manage barely cutting any of that stuff out, because even that, just like right now, I was like swallowing. I was like now I'm very aware that I'm gonna try to not edit this. So I'm just thinking about how I'm not editing that and how that's stressing me out. It's so stupid, but I just always want to cut out any of those parts of the video. Even that, just now, I just like tripped over my words and like, ugh, this is so dumb. I don't know why I'm so stressed about this. It's so stupid. And I literally know that none of you would care if I never cut out any of my ums and all of my things. But I'm going to try my best to not do too much editing because my shoulder pain is back again, you guys. And it's a Tortilla Talk. The point of Tortilla Talk is one, to answer your questions, but also to not edit as much, to give my shoulder a break. So I'm going to attempt to actually do that this time. I'm not going to edit this very much. It's going to be hard, but we're going to do it. Lacey and about 10 trillion other people said, have you considered putting a camera in the chicken coop? And yes, I have considered it, but the cameras that I usually use require electricity, and I just don't have an extension cord that is long enough to get to the chicken coop. The chicken coop is very far out in my backyard, so I just don't have anything that could reach out there. So there are battery ones. I was going to look into that tonight, but then I forgot. So maybe after I'm done with this, if I remember, I will look into getting a camera that can work out there that doesn't need to be plugged into anything. So we'll see. Lauren Shank said, hey Queen, Tortilla Talk question, does it bug you that Eric is never stressed and always calm? I love you. This question really blew my mind. Like, it blew my mind. Eric is quite literally always stressed. In fact, I would say he struggles with anxiety either as much as I do or more than I do. Like, he is always stressed and he's always anxious, but he does always seem calm, even though inside his mind he probably isn't. So no, it never bugs me that he seems calm, but it also never bugs me that he is stressed or anxious. Like, that's just like, obviously, like, I'm always stressed and anxious, so I understand that about him, and I feel like we are able to understand each other and get each other and help each other out in those moments of extreme anxiety and stress, because we know how horrible it feels to be super stressed out. But he is definitely not never stressed. Like, he kind of is always stressed. Stephanie said, I feel like it's been a while since you've had the tortilla blanket in the Tortilla Talk segment. Could we see it in the next one? Yes, of course. That's why I pulled it out today, because of this question. Sorry, she's been hiding, but it's been hot. It's summer, so I didn't want to like wrap up in a blankie, you know? Ashley asked, where is this bright blonde hair coming from on your kids? Oh, they're so precious. You know what? I get this comment all the time. I feel like anytime I show my kids in a vlog, there's usually at least one comment. It's like, oh my gosh, the blonde hair, where did the blonde hair come from? If I post a picture on Instagram, like a family photo or something, people are like, oh my gosh, they're blonde. I've talked about it before, but I want to talk about it again because I'm curious if anyone else experiences. I thought this was a very common thing. Like, I was pretty blonde as a kid. I had like dirty blonde hair, and Eric had dirty blonde hair too when he was younger. We both certainly didn't have super, super blonde hair. Like, that was not the case. But our kids' hair, I think it looks very similar to how my hair looked when I was their age. Like a dirty blonde, kind of light, really light brunette color. And then it just changed over time. It got darker and darker as I got older. And I think that's what will happen to my kids. But all my kids have blonde hair because we did when we were younger. But then it changes. But I really did think this was super common. I feel like a lot of people I've talked to have been like, oh, I had blonde hair as a kid and then it changed. Is that not common? Maybe it's not. So like, that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to ask you guys if that is something you experience. Like, were you, if you're a dark haired person now, did you have light hair when you were little and then it changed? Or is that not common? If it's not, tell me whatever. Don't just tell me if that did happen to you, because then that's the only comments I'll see. So tell me both. Like, be like, no, absolutely not. Like, my hair has always been this exact color or whatever. But like, I just always thought that was common. But I get this comment all the time. Like, why do your kids have lighter hair if your hair is dark? I get it more than I get, why are your kids' eyes all blue instead of brown? Because Eric and I both have brown eyes. and somehow all three of our kids got light eyes. So that's weirder to me than the blonde hair thing. But I think their hair is going to change darker brown. I've been talking about this for way too long. But the blue eyes thing is bizarre. Maisie's eyes are still very blue. Flynn's eyes are pretty bluish, grayish, and Wesley's are kind of turning green. I took a picture, a close-up of them tonight, actually, because I was looking at him and I was just like, Wesley, your eyes are so beautiful. And I was like, there's blues and greens and golds in your eyes. Like, I was just looking at him really close in the eyes. And he's like, take a picture, I want to see. So I took a picture. You guys, look at that. I did click like the auto, what's it called? Auto edit with like, just not on any app or anything, just like in the iPhotos. I just click like auto fix it. And so it did make it brighter than his eyes actually. Let me find the actual color actually. There, that's closer to his, but look at that, looks very green to me, more than blue, doesn't it? That looks very good, but there's like gold. Look at that. So pretty. My kids have the prettiest eyes, and my eyes have always been dark brown. Always, always, always. And then I did Maisie's too. Come on, like my eyes do not look like that. Baja Blast, first of all, amazing name. Baja Blast Cutie is this person's name. I very much approve. Actually, you know what? I don't like Baja Blasts from Taco Bell, but I do love Taco Bell, and that's where that's from. Anyway, will you be cutting your hair short again? It's so long now. I noticed today when I was straightening my hair that it feels long again. Like usually I feel like when you have short hair, which I haven't had very much in my life, but when I have had short hair, it feels short forever until finally one day you're like, oh, is my hair getting long? It never has felt like in between to me, because I had my hair really short when I did Waitress, and then I cut it again after Waitress was done. And then it got really, really long after I had the twins. And then I chopped it all off in a moment of a bit of a mental breakdown and really cut it all off. And I feel like it's grown really slowly because I cut my hair super short about 2 years ago-ish. And I guess that's long. For 2 years, is that normal for 2 years? I don't know, but it is long. Like today I was like, oh, my hair's not, I wouldn't say my hair is short anymore. I've been saying my hair is short for 2 years and I think it's maybe getting long. Do I want to cut it short? I'm actually legit thinking about it, which is so crazy because I loved it short, but then it started to grow out and I was like, oh good, I'm excited for my hair to get long again. Like maybe a year ago, I was like, oh good, I can't wait to have long hair again. And now I like long hair on me. I think it looks better than short hair on me, but I can't stand it unless I have it like down and like kind of straightened or like a light curl or a wave or something, but it takes effort to make it look how it is. Even though it looks like kind of a wreck maybe. If I just have it down straight out of the shower, it's just like frizzy, strange. And so I have to do it. But if I pull it all up in like a bun or something, it's so heavy. It gives me a headache. Like I get a headache if my hair is pulled up in a ponytail or a bun. Here's Daisy. She heard me vlogging. Sorry, she wants me to go to bed, so I need to wrap this up. But my hair is so thick and long now that when I put it up in any way, it gives me such a horrible headache that I'll have to, there's been times where we're hanging out as a family and I'll look at Eric and I'll be like, hey, can you play with the kids without me for 15 to 20 minutes, because I literally have to go straighten my hair. Like it'll be late at night. We're not even going anywhere. We're not doing anything, but like I have to do it just so that it's not pulled back. Cause you know how most of the time you guys see me, my hair is like pulled back in like some sort of a bun like this or something. It hurts because I have so much hair. So now I kind of want to chop it all off. But I know I would regret it, so maybe I won't. But maybe I will. Should I cut my hair? Can you guys tell me, what did you think looked better? Does it look better when it's super short or when it's super long? Because I kind of am in the middle of stage right now of pretty-ish longish hair, but could be a lot longer. And that's what I was going for, but it's kind of a pain in the butt, if I'm gonna be honest. This comment was very confusing to me. Aaliyah said, can you please talk just a little faster? Is that a joke? That's sarcastic. I think that's sarcastic. I think you're making fun of me for talking fast because I do typically talk really fast. Why did you say that? I think you're making fun of me. I hope that's what it is, because if it's that I'm talking too slow, that's crazy because I always thought I was a fast talker, especially like when I'm with Rachel or JoJo or like one of my cousins, like a family member or like close friend. If like I'm with one of my girls, I talk so fast, way faster than I do when I'm talking to the vlogs. I feel like when I'm talking to the vlogs, I'm like trying to speak more clearly and slowly than I usually do. So Maybe I am talking slow, but that would blow my mind if that's true. So am I a slow talker? I'm a fast talker, right? Are you making fun of me? I hope so. That's the questions I'm going to answer tonight. I'm going to go to bed and cuddle up with my little Daisy and my little Lovey, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. What day is it? I'll see you. I won't see you actually ever. You're going to see me. You'll see me on the Relax podcast. If you subscribe to the podcast channel, you'll see me and Eric over there tomorrow. And other than that, you'll see me Thursday, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, love you, bye.